All right, we're getting into the nitty gritty of my book here, Be Discovered, How to Market Your Financial Coaching Business. This is getting into those really specific questions that people ask. This is going to be chapter 12, Should You Incorporate? Let's discuss getting your business off the ground without getting bogged down in incorporation details. Forming an LLC or an S-Corp might seem like a scary monster you'd rather not wrestle with when starting out. Well, guess what? You don't have to. Sole proprietorship is here to save the day. First, incorporating a business costs money. When trying to keep your expenses in check, incorporation might not be the most budget-friendly option. Enter sole proprietorship, the superhero of simplicity. As a sole proprietor, you can run your business under your own name or pick a snazzy doing business as DBA name to give your brand some pizzazz. Filing for a DBA is like a walk in the park compared to incorporation. In most states, you just need to fill out a form, pay a small fee, usually between $10 and $100, and voila, you're ready to roll. Keeping your personal and business finances separate is smart, even as a sole proprietor. That's where a business checking account comes in. Don't worry, you won't have to break the bank to open one. Plenty of banks offer low or no fee options for new business owners. Bring your DBA paperwork and social security number or EIN, employee identification number, and you'll be all set. But wait, you might be thinking, when should I consider incorporating? Great question. As your financial coaching empire grows, there may come a time when incorporation makes sense. If your net income is nearing or surpassing $30,000 a year, it's worth chatting with the tax pro to see if incorporating could save you some serious dough. If you're worried about liability risks or planning to expand your team, an LLC can provide extra protection for your personal assets. And let's not forget about the wow factor. Incorporating can boost your business's credibility with clients, lenders, and partners. But for now, as you're just starting your financial coaching journey, sole proprietorship is your best friend. It allows you to test the waters, build your client base, and refine your services without getting tangled up in the complexities of incorporation. Keep it simple, focus on what you do best, and let your business flourish. Remember, this chapter is just a friendly guide and not a substitute for legal advice. Business laws can vary depending on where you live, so it's always a good idea to check with a legal expert to ensure you do everything by the book. All right, I bring this up because sole proprietorship is exactly how I started. I told you that I actually started part-time. I had a job and I was just trying to pick up a few extra clients. Honestly, my only expectation was to maybe pick up 1, 2, or 3 extra clients, just pick up a little money on the side. And what I was doing at the time was that as you have that extra money coming in from a business or a hobby or side hustle, you have to report that on your taxes. But what I could do is, because I had earned income just on the W-2, I could change and adjust my tax withholding from my job to account for the taxes that would be due on my side hustle, okay? So at the end of the year, when I did my taxes, I didn't really owe much money, because if you have a lot of money coming in, you actually have to pay taxes quarterly. You have to pay estimated taxes, and there's some forms and some calculations on how to do that. For example, let's say you were a financial coach. This is your only income. You're doing this business as your full-time gig, and you're bringing in $20,000 a quarter, $80,000 a year. Well, get to the end of the year, if you haven't paid taxes, the IRS is not going to be happy about that. The IRS is going to say, hey, you made $80,000, you probably owe us $20,000, $25,000 in taxes. And if you didn't pay that by the deadline each quarter, they're going to penalize you. So not only are you going to owe those taxes, but you're going to owe some penalties for not paying the taxes on time. So that's why I love this as a side hustle, because I was able to make sure that all my taxes due were paid on time, with the taxes withheld mostly from my normal paycheck. Now, when I did spin off and I went full time, was because I don't know if I was at $30,000. I think I maybe was a little higher than that, maybe $40,000 or $50,000. But what I realized is that even at that level and without earned income, I was still going to need to pay taxes quarterly. So at that time, I decided, hey, it seems like this has enough steam, it has enough legs behind it, that I might as well get it set up as a corporation, an LLC specifically, and then start paying taxes quarterly or estimated taxes quarterly. So that's why I did that. It really was less about a certain dollar amount and just saying like, what's going to keep me out of trouble with the IRS, which actually should be a fairly good motivator for most of you. But you don't have to do that, especially starting out. In fact, when I actually went and got my first business checking account, I did all the accounting on Wave App. I knew exactly how much money the business was bringing in and what my expenses were. But when I actually went with my LLC paperwork to the bank to get a business checking account for it, they actually were surprised that I had the LLC. They were like, oh, we would have set this up as a sole proprietorship and a DBA. So I didn't know that they would be willing to do that. And obviously it was a free account. I think I needed $100 to open it. There were no ongoing fees or anything to keep it open. So just wanted to let you know that that is a simple way to get started. A lot of people think, hey, this business is going to be so big. I guess what I'm saying here is that I want you to make the business big and then figure out your legal status, then obsess about the legal status, and then find out that you didn't even need it. Pay $500 or $1,500 or $2,000 and then be like, hey, everything's fizzling out. I'd rather you pay $10 or nothing and then show me that you're making a successful business and get all the stuff that you need then. All right, hopefully that helps. I'll see you later.